Okay, I would like to call this meeting to order. May we please have the roll call, Mr. Crowley?
Ms. Raccomando,
Present.
Ms. Borelli,
Present.
Ms. Iannello,
Here.
Mr. Laurentino,
Present.
Ms. Mahoney,
Here.
Mr. Quinn,
Here.
Ms. Robinson,
Here.
Ms. Roloff,
Here.
Ms. Ottarelli.
Here.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance
To the
to
flag
the flag
to
of the United States of
of
America
and
and to the republic for which it stands,
one
nation,
under God,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
for all.
Still haven't quite got used to that echo during that. Okay. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, there they are. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic devices are to be turned off. Also, please make sure you are muted in the Zoom application. May we have the superintendent's report, please?
Sure. Hi, everybody. Good evening. I just would like to remind you that on Wednesday night, we have a special meeting because we will be recognizing and honoring our Teachers of the Year, as well as all of our retirees. So we hope that you will be here. Normally, we do this in person and we present them with a special gift from the district. So we've had those actually delivered to their homes already. Hopefully, they'll have them and can hold them up and show them to you. This week started the big brown bag pick up and drop off at all of the schools, and it's going very well. We took some pictures, very well organized. Parents seem to be following directions just swimmingly and not invading each other's space, and it's going really well. And then next week they will, once they get their bags, they'll stuff them and then return them to us if they have anything they need to return to the school. So we can't believe we have 2 weeks left of school and it will be a wrap. Next week are all of our graduation parades. I did meet with the borough, with the township and with the police department. So the chief and the mayor, we all got on a call. We went over all of the maps for all of the parades. The principals have now been cleared to send those maps to the parents so that they know what the parade routes are for each school and the time and the directions and everything. And we don't have any parades conflicting with any other parades. So, and then this evening, the senior high school students and their parents should be receiving their directions for their parade. Theirs will be certainly a little bit more special than the moving up ceremonies that we have. And we're trying to make sure that they get as much fanfare and excitement on their special night as possible. So that information for seniors is going out tonight or tomorrow morning. Then the 8th grade and the other principals are ready to share all of their maps. So we're doing our very, very best to work with the town and the police department to make sure that everybody is safe during the parades and that everybody stays in their cars, except for the seniors. They will have very specific directions as to what they can do. So theirs is a little bit different. But we are celebrating all of the students, 9 wave parades of various styles and lengths and things like that. So it's been a lot of logistical planning. We did send out surveys to the seniors and to the senior parents and ask them a variety of questions about the options that are possible and that are in front of us at this time. Interestingly enough, in some of the cases, what the students wanted and what their parents wanted were not the same thing. The students overwhelmingly want to be together. 78% of the student respondents want to be together. And there were many more student respondents than there were parent respondents. The parents seem to not mind if the fewest number of students graduate, as long as they get to see their students, walk across a dais, receive their diploma cover, because nobody ever receives a diploma at graduation. So we are trying to work all of those special details into the parade for the seniors. The hope is that they get a real feeling of having their names announced, walking down a red carpet, crossing the dais, having the opportunity to take a photo, move their tassel, smile for pictures, and have their name announced and be individually celebrated. So that is the goal for the seniors. They want to be together. So we are still keeping our minds open to a possible July graduation, if we can have the students together. The two most well responded to choices were if all of the students could be together and only have two parents, or I believe that was 60%, if all the students could be together and only have two parents. But then some people were very upset by that because they want their grandparents there, they want their siblings there, etc. But overwhelmingly, the students did not want to be separated. And I think that's important to consider. The students actually were more concerned about leaving some of their classmates behind for July or August graduation who couldn't be there for whatever reason. The students were more concerned about that than some of the parents were. So I think it's important to take, all of that into consideration. We'll wait to see what the governor presents in July, and if we can get everybody together and give them that together graduation, we will certainly do that. But we're trying to make sure that the June 19th event does have everyone together and gives them that feeling that they graduated. That's really what we're trying to create. So I think that is it. On Wednesday night, I usually do my full report with the good news from all the buildings, but I just wanted to at least give you that update. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And before we go on, I would just like to really thank the town, the mayor, and our police department for
Absolutely.
all of their assistance and hard work helping all of this happen for our students. It is wonderful to be able to work that closely and well with them.
Yeah, there's no way we would be able to do this without them, and they want to do anything and everything they can to help.
On that note, Mr. Crotty, may we have the business administrator's report?
I have nothing for this evening, Mr. Quinn.
Thank you. Moving right along. We'll go.
Steve, through the chair, can I just comment on Danielle's report?
Sure.
As far as graduation, we as a board were sent saved dates, but we don't, at least I don't really know, like, what part are we playing, if any, in this? Like, we've given no direction. Does all of these festivities include us? What are the festivities? I mean, we don't know.
We're gonna talk about that tonight because we have some, like head counts that we have to deal with on the physical ground. So what I was going to suggest was that we talk tonight about who wants to be where, and that we can make sure that we count you in, because essentially we have a list of 25 at every spot, and we're counting, we have to count every custodian, every principal, everybody who's physically standing on the school property. So we'll talk about that, and then we can, say who would like to go where. I know that some of our board members live very close to the school property and maybe want to have a small gathering or something. I don't know. But no, you could tell us which ones you want to attend, and then based on the numbers, we'll try to make that all work out.
Okay, we'll discuss it later. I just, like I said, I saved it. They didn't know what.
And the board will receive, yes, and the board, well, like I said, we are still waiting. I have maps out to the police chief, revisions of the maps that I need him to approve. I did send the board the high school map for tonight, And I'll be sending you the 8th grade map for tomorrow. But we had revisions that we had to fix.
Thanks.
Thank you. Moving along now. We'll go to board action items. Okay, I cannot see anything tonight. Which is B84, the approval of minutes, and B85, approval of the comprehensive equity plan statement of assurance. Does anybody have questions regarding that? Seeing none, we'll move on to education and curriculum, E80 through E83. Does anyone have any questions or discussion concerning that section?
Steve, it
Mr.
goes
Kennedy-
up to E86.
Yeah.
You need an updated,
Oh,
you
I'm
have to
sorry.
refresh, just refresh it, because he added stuff today.
I was looking at the old printout through E86. Thank you for giving me that. Is there any questions from E80 through E86?
Through the chair, I do have a question. On E83, in the spreadsheet, it has the spring and summer ones that are being updated, the curriculum.
Mhm.
The other column, is that for the fall?
Yes.
Okay. And then my understanding is it's going to be an ongoing revision, even though you're doing that in the spring and the summer and then the fall, it will be constantly be renewed and updated.
Yes. So what we're dealing with a few things here. We're dealing with one, we're going into CUSAC. So curriculum revisions need to be done so that they are in alignment. And then we have new standards that have been adopted. And so those are going to be worked into the future years, but we still have some catching up to do. So yes, we have budgeted for both this year and next year, the curriculum writing you see that is already worked into the budget.
Okay, I know that in the previous, we approved for
Yep.
the spring and did we approve for the fall as well already?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right, thank you.
Any other questions concerning that section? Seeing none, we'll move to finance, budget, and facilities. F299 through F327.
Give me a minute.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff on here. We didn't have a budget finance facility committee meeting. I gave you some update the other day. A lot of the items are annual items to approve, or routine. So if you have any questions, if they don't come up tonight or it happen tomorrow or Wednesday, please let me know.
Steve, through the chair.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know, I guess we passed it. On the May minutes, isn't there a correction that needs to be made?
Yes, but I believe that has to happen on Wednesday because we're not taking action tonight.
Okay, because there's
would be
nothing reflected on that. Okay. I'm trying to follow this as we go along.
That's okay. I'm just waiting until everybody feels comfortable moving on from the budget, finance, and facilities. There's a lot in it.
And there's still a few blanks. I'm trying to get them resolved by Wednesday. Someone should have by tomorrow.
Okay, well, I just, for the record, because we all know, if I don't see it before Wednesday, I'm voting no automatically. I think it's unfair for us to get something either the day of or 10 minutes before and expect to vote on it.
The things that are, I'm just looking at the blanks. The one is our quarterly unemployment check. I could tell you there would be one check and it's a neighborhood of $12,000. I'm just waiting to finalize that. The contract with the tech support services that we have every year, it has been reduced during 1920 because we brought a person on staff. But that's just the standard, annual contract we have for the other tech services. And and the annual lease purchase we have. I have the items we're purchasing under 325. 326 is just going to be a payment we're going to make each of the 4 years. So that I should have by tomorrow. So there's nothing that'll be like new or anything.
As long as
And-
it's prior to Wednesday, so I can ask questions prior to Wednesday, that's fine.
Yeah, just trying to give you the background with some of them. And the other one is 322, which was the request from the township. They were almost going to pull this off. I still don't know if it's going to happen. They're trying to plan an event in end of July. They want to use Washington School Field, set up some kind of concert. But I guess this all hinges on what the what's allowed. I've already talked to our attorney, and she will address that and have some kind of facility agreement that'll be have more items in place than we normally do to protect the board. I don't know. Again, I don't know if that's going to happen. We're just trying to get approval for it before.
Why are we approving it if we don't know if it can happen?
Well, because we might not have a meeting before then.
And if I
So-
can, Ray, just really quick. So Sylvia, you're approving it pending the state approval and my review. So the state would have to sign off and I would have to sign off before it would happen.
And it says that in the action item.
Okay. Is that a problem?
Any other questions concerning finance, facilities, and budget? Seeing none, we'll go to policy. We're approving the first reading of the following bylaws, 169 and 169.02. They had revisions. And then the second reading of all the ones listed. I'm not going to read all the numbers. Are there any questions, comments regarding those?
Before you
Yes,
ask for
through the
board
chair.
members-
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just want to say before you comment, the first two, 169 and 169.02, we'll discuss in closed.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Okay,
The language we're going to propose, and it'll be on the agenda for Wednesday.
okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Negotiations. Kelly, do you have any update to share tonight?
We are meeting, we've met last week, and I believe we're meeting again on Wednesday, so maybe I'll have more then.
Great, thank you. Personnel, we will be doing in closed.
And I hope to have 2 additional staff members on the personnel list. I have 2 final interviews tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask for what position?
Yes, I was going to say teaching positions. One is an English teaching position and one is a counselor position.
Great. Okay, brings us to committee reports. Does anybody have any committee reports they want to give tonight as opposed to tomorrow?
I do. I have one.
Okay,
Okay. All right. So this is from the middle school, high school PTO. They have been very busy getting banners made and hung for our 8th graders and seniors. There is one hung up on Market Street. 2 more will be hung up by the tennis courts across from the high school, hopefully by tomorrow. Okay. They would also like to thank Mr. Shallcross, who is the graphic design teacher, for creating design, and they would also like to thank Unico and We Print Marketing for their sponsorship. With their help, they were able to get 2 banners instead of 1. Okay. In addition, they are very excited because they will be presenting 2 scholarships to our seniors this year instead of 1 like last year. Okay. In addition, they would like to thank all of the members for their support, and they hope to see more parent membership next year so that they can provide another scholarship, hopefully, and do things like the banner for our students. I would like to say on behalf of myself, and I think most of the other parents, that we thank their board for all of the great things they've done for us. So part of that board, I would like to acknowledge them personally, is Beth Lamboy, Tara Apgar, Marta Pizarro, and Joni Montalbano. Thank you so much for everything you've done for our students. Without you, we wouldn't have these banners, and we appreciate all the support you have given our kids. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And yes, thank you very much to not only the middle school, high school, PTO, but all of the PTO or PTAs that we have throughout our schools. They have been incredibly helpful, especially through all this odd time in the COVID, and definitely appreciate all of the work they put in for our children. It's just a wonderful thing. Does anybody else have any committee or liaison reports they would like to share at this time?
I'm not on this, I'm not on this, but the PTO in Smith School, they put a huge banner on their fence as well. And it says, "We are all in this together." And I believe all the kids made hearts. And Miss Wolf, she put it together, and it's beautiful. And it's on the Smith Field if everyone gets a chance to go look at it.
Great, thank you. I will definitely try and see that. Anything else? Okay, we'll move on to, is there any correspondence for this evening?
No, there's not.
Old business?
Oh, old business, yes. I can do it?
Go ahead, Mike.
Okie dokie. This is in reference to an email we received on May 12th, 2020 from Mr. Karate.
Wait, Mike, hold on. You mean to have this conversation in closed, not in open?
Oh, okay.
I know, it's weird. We're in open though still.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
And Jess, my other issue also? Okay.
Yes, that's for closed.
Okay, so I'll see you in closed.
Okay. And Mike, just so you know, you go to my link once we go to closed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Make
Okay.
sure I got that. Okay,
Any
thank you.
old business for open? New business for open? Okay. May I have a motion to open the meeting for public comment?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, again, for the public, anybody that would like to speak, please go to the very bottom of your screen where it says participants. When you click on that, you should see a symbol so that you can raise your hand. While everybody's getting there, let me read my fun paragraph. Residents are required to state their names, addresses, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the presiding officer may limit each statement made by a participant to 5 minutes duration. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and a response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by the laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. Mr. Crotty, do we have anybody that would like to comment?
I'm not seeing anybody. Anybody? Raise your hand from the participant list or in the reaction button. I don't see anybody.
I see Lori Georgievich has a hand up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I see it too.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Lori Georgievich, 94 Platt Ave. I'm sorry. I apologize. I just came on to the meeting a few minutes ago, so I just have a quick question regarding graduation. I'm not sure I heard something about a drive-through parade from somebody earlier, a few minutes ago. If that is happening, would that be something that is going through the town that you know of, or?
No, it's going to be contained. You'll receive a map. You might receive it tonight. If not tonight, you'll receive it tomorrow, and your kids should get a copy of it as well. The map goes from, I would say, we're cutting off from like the Acme all the way to Les Wing, and then all of Les Wing, north, south, east, west. I've never seen so many directions one street could go. So that whole area will be, we're trying to stay off of any county roads so that way the police can contain us. So it'll be going from Acme to the Les Wing area to the school parking lot.
Right. So, I mean, I know I had mentioned this before, and I had wanted to try to contain my surprise for everybody, but I have purchased an aerial banner to fly between 6 and 6:15. I was able, Ms. Shanley, to change that time from 7:15 to 6:15. So the destination that I gave him was Saddlebrook High School at 6:15. And that's going to fly above Saddlebrook High School for 15 minutes. And the banner will say, congratulations, Saddlebrook class of 2020. However, again, I don't know now, is that the location going to change? Do I have to call him and say be somewhere else?
No, anywhere between the Acme down May Hill to the high school and Les Wing, which is the street right behind the high school, any of that area will have cars. Because, I mean, at least at the beginning, the tail end will still have cars. Once it gets going, then obviously the tail end will come up. So
okay,
the high school is fine. I mean, this is going to sound silly. Do you know how loud, is it loud, and will it cause like our balloons and things to blow? Like the way
no, it's just like when you go to the beach and you're on the beach and you see the
Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's great. Okay.
I mean, I don't know if there is an email going out, maybe, it can say, I don't know, maybe between 6 and 6:15, get out of the car, look out the car, look out the window. I don't know, something like that. I just want as many students to know that they have that above them. But between 6 and 6:15, you think still is the perfect time for around that area?
Yeah. Well, we're going to have the national anthem at 6. So anytime, the cars will be in position at 6, and then they're going to start moving.
Okay.
And I'm thinking it's going to take a solid 2 hours.
Okay.
Well, because people are going to, want pictures and stuff. So I'm guessing, if it's a minute a child, a minute a student, they're not children anymore, are they? A minute a student, we have 135 students, so.
Okay. And national anthem at 6 p.m. sharp.
Sharp.
Okay.
Only because we can't afford to waste any time. I don't want anything happening in the dark, which we should be okay because the sun is up till about 8:20.
Okay. All right. So I should still be good with that time. If not, maybe I can change it for a few minutes after. Okay.
Yeah. If you have any questions, reach out to me.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks again. And thank you for that, Mrs. Georgievich.
No problem. Thank you.
Could I ask a question real quick?
Why don't we wait till public comment is over?
Okay, absolutely.
Great. Do we have anybody else?
Yes, next, I think it's Mr. Maniscalco. You can unmute yourself or.
James Maniscalco, 20 Dana Way. With regards to this parade, do we have a rain date if it rains?
Nope.
So it
You'll
goes
be
on
in
no matter
cars.
what?
We'll be the ones getting wet.
Oh, good. Hope it doesn't rain heavy.
It's not going to rain. You didn't know that?
Oh.
Positive thinking. Anything else, Mr. Maniscalco?
That's it for now.
Thank
Actually, I do have another question. Actually, while I'm here, the agendas. I know somebody else, one of the board members mentioned it, but why is it out so late? That we get it the day before the meeting. Is there any reason why we can't get it a few days before?
Well, the meeting is actually Wednesday, so you're getting it a few days before by receiving it today. There's no voting taking place tonight.
What we do, don't we want to review it anyway? Wouldn't it be nice? Right, it is what it is. Clearly, it's not going to change, so I guess I'll leave it alone. That's it.
The board could, if the board wanted to share an agenda sooner than what is required by law, they could direct us to do that.
Yep. I know we don't want to break the law. I got it.
No, that's not what I said. I said what's required by law. So we do what, we do what we're obligated to do. There are laws that govern what we do. If the board wants it out sooner, then they could direct us to provide it to the public sooner.
Okay, next we have Amy. You can unmute yourself.
I got it. Amy Higgins, 228 Saddle River Road. I had a question on something on the agenda for Wednesday. It appears in P520. How could we be appointing somebody to a position if, as far as I understood, the person wasn't working for the district anymore? Although they were let go and then brought back for some reason, but then I was told, I was under the impression that they were leaving on other terms. But how could we appoint somebody for 2020, 2021 school year who is not in the district? I don't know if I'm allowed to mention names, so I'm not mentioning names.
Well, which number are you talking about again?
P520, number 18 and number 24.
Number 18 has been offered a contract for the next school year, and same thing with 24. This person has been recommended for renewal and was appointed for renewal on June 2nd.
Okay, because as far as that, that's not how I understood that happened.
Were you present for the June 2nd meeting? I don't remember who was there.
No, I was not present for the June 2nd.
Okay,
meeting.
so that person was recommended for renewal on the June 2nd meeting, and it passed. And so that person has been renewed.
And then if there's a person being appointed as the vice president of the middle school, do we know where the current vice president of the middle school is going?
That would be a separate action item.
But do we know where that's going?
That's not on the agenda right now because that has not been discussed. That'll be discussed tonight in closed session with the board.
Okay. All right, that's all I had.
Yep.
Do we have any others, Mr. Karati?
I'm not seeing any.
Okay, on that note, may I have a motion to close for public comment?
So move.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, I'd like to go back to you, Mr. Accomando. You had something you want to ask or state or something?
For closed or for?
Well, it was during the public comment session.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, a question for the pictures. You were saying, are we gonna have like a balloon thing or something for these kids to stand back by or anything like that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Now, may I have a motion to recess to closed executive session to conduct a disciplinary hearing?
No,
No, we're not doing that tonight.
Before we go into close, I wanted to thank somebody else, if I may. I wanted to thank the Ianello family, Chris, Marty, and their girls, who took all of our senior lawn signs that we received over the weekend and placed them all over our football field, and then photographed them in that place and took a video of that. I'm just waiting on a handful of senior students to sign off on their additional media release, which is preventing me from putting that on the website and from putting that on social media, or I would have shared that already. But it was a sweltering hot day, if I may, and the Ianello family was on the field doing this for the kids, and it really came out spectacular. And then this week, I believe on Wednesday, lawn signs, yearbooks, and identification papers for the cars for the senior parade will all be delivered to the students' homes. But again, I'm just still waiting for a few media releases. So thank you, Ionello family.
You're very welcome.
Wait, through the chair, we're going in for a disciplinary hearing?
No, I had the wrong one.
Okay.
As I was switching, Danielle was kind enough to fill in space for me.
Oh, all right.
But
That was just a
before we,
cover-up?
good job. Before we go that, I would also like to thank Lori for her very creative and generous gift to the senior class with the flying banner. That is just a very wonderful thing. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Mrs. Georgievich, again.
Welcome, thank you.
Okay, we'll try this one more time. Motion to recess to close executive session, discuss personnel, student matters, and matters covered by the attorney-client privilege per NJSA 10-4-6, Open Public Meetings Act. The subject matter discussed will be disclosed to the public if and when the need for confidentiality no longer exists. Action will not be taken when the board reconvenes in open session.
Excuse me, Mr. Quinn, just change that, the last sentence. So action will not be taken. We're gonna just adjourn this meeting because I can't keep the Zoom meeting open till.
Okay.
Close. So no action will be taken. We're ending this meeting now as soon as the board takes this motion and then motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, so
Then we have to come in with a new meeting? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, then we're gonna
Or
go.
we're
to,
done?
we'll be signing into the Zoom meeting that Jessica sent us.
And then we're going to come back into another meeting here?
No.
No, we're going to sign out of this one completely.
Okay.
We'll not be coming back because no action will be taken. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For everybody that's still with us, the next regular meeting is Wednesday, June 10th at 7 p.m. May I have a motion to go to closed session?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we'll go into closed session. Let's try to all be into the closed session by, it's 7:42, now 7:50.
Oh, I really wanted to stay
And-
here.
Thank
And
you.
Steve, just a motion, motion just to adjourn
yeah.
this meeting.
A
So
motion to
moved.
adjourn.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night.